Hey guys, welcome back to the Sentinel. Today's video is a bit unstructured in that I don't have a specific thing I'm going to be talking about, so it's a little bit of a vlog format. Just talking about a few things that are going on with myself and the channel. Nothing too serious, it's all to do with perfume, of course. Firstly, I have been going through so many samples, testing stuff for potentially reviewing them, or just going through discovery sets and working out if I like stuff, if I don't like stuff. I've had, you know, like, people have been generously sending me samples of things. I've been getting discovery sets sent to me to try out, and I'm pretty blown away and touched by everybody's generosity. I've got so many samples and I wanted to make a dent in them, so what I've done is I've dedicated all of February to only wearing samples or very small decants as my scent of the day. So I haven't touched any of my bottles in my collection since late January, so I'm going to be you know, the good thing about doing this is I'm getting to sniff so many different things, but the downside of doing that and only wearing things that you haven't tried before is that you do get to wear stuff you don't like, and you know, sometimes I know I can smell them anytime, but I guess I'm just doing this as for my own self-discipline. You know, you miss your favorite bottles, but you do get to smell stuff that you don't like. But what I've really enjoyed doing this is that it's kind of really made me, I mean, this might not be a good thing, it's kind of made me quite discerning, even more so about fragrances that I like, or stuff that gets my attention, or, you know, pretty much after sampling a lot, and we're not even halfway through February, so stuff has to really grab my attention now for me to think it's worth continuing with. So what, you know, I've actually developed some kind of quick grading system where I'm trying samples, and it'll be like red, I do not like this, I'm not going to bother testing it again, bad luck. An amber might be something that I think is okay, and I'll probably need to wear it again in different circumstances, or just give it a chance, because I know I love some perfumes that I didn't love at the beginning, so they're not all for, you know, instant loves for me. And then green is obviously, for me, would be something that I like a lot and potentially could turn into a full bottle. Now, that's a nice segue into, you know, I've made remarks recently in the not too distant past that I really would like to start reducing my bottle collection to only have things that I love in there. And this is why I'm being really discerning with my you know, testing the samples. But having said that, I was on a no-buy for pretty much all of January, and probably come 29th of January, yeah, so late December, nearly all of January, and at the end of January, within the space of 24 hours, I had bought 4 new bottles, and since then added to that. So what I'll talk about now is the bottles that I've added to my collection, but I'm also going to be talking about the bottles that they're, you know, potentially going to be replacing. So I'll talk about the new ones first, and then I'll talk about what I might be getting rid of. Okay, so the first bottle I added to my collection was actually gifted to me. It was a very, very kind gift, and I was quite blown away, and it was unexpected. It's from the House of Carnet, Barcelona. This is my favorite from the house, because I have had the chance to test nearly everything from that house now, and this is D600. It is beautiful. Sorry, I've got other perfume on that hand. It's just lovely and warm and resinous and woody and spicy. It's just a really gorgeous fragrance that works on my skin, and you know, that's important. Like, this is really stressed the importance to me of testing things on skin, because I've recently done a bit of testing where I tested something on strips and I liked how they smelled, or vice versa, I didn't. And then when I tested it on my skin, completely different outcome. Anyway, so that's D600 by Carnet. These bottles that I'm about to introduce, I haven't actually worn, apart from worn properly, apart from this one, because I've done a review on it, and this is, I won't talk about this much, Sauvage Eau de Parfum. I've come to think that this is superior than the original, so I think when my whatever I have left of the original runs out, I'll just be sticking to the EDP. The next bottle I bought was, I've kind of been interested in getting this for a while because there was a lot of very good hype about it last year. It was released early in 2017, and more recently a couple of people whose tastes I trust and admire were won over by it, so that kind of pushed me over the edge and I decided to buy one. It's only a little one. This is Gucci Guilty Absolute, and of course I did test it, and the hype is real. It's fantastic. AC, my friend AC from the channel Smells Good, did a video about a review of this recently. I will link to him. That is one fantastic review if you really want a thorough overview of this fragrance. And Gucci, I've got a decant recently of Gucci Oud Intense, stuff that they've been bringing out recently, and the femme version of this is actually really nice as well. So Gucci, probably the most exciting designer house that releases over the last 12 months. Next bottle I purchased from a sale on Facebook group. I had resisted sort of trying this out for a long time, just because I hadn't had great experiences with a lot of Penhaligon's fragrance that I tried. Then I found out one of my favorite perfumers was behind this, and I gave it a proper wearing, a test on skin, and then I saw that there was a used bottle up for sale on Facebook, and I got myself some sartorial from Penhaligon's. And I tell you what, it's really, I mean, it's a classic smell. There's a lot of stuff about this. A lot of you probably own it, know what I'm talking about. Classic, you know, barbershop elements, and you know, I think just on initial impressions, because I haven't done full wearings, it's kind of like a more masculine, butched up version of something like Yves Saint Laurent's Rive Gauche. Not the same in that style, but just, I think, masculine, and it's modern as well, I find. So that's sartorial. Next one, and this probably reminds me to let you know about some of the bottles I'm getting rid of. This is my second bottle from L'Artisan Parfumé. I have Timbuktu, as you're all probably aware. This one is Noir Exquise, and Exquise, yeah. Sort of gourmandy, coffee. There's chestnut in here as well, and on my skin it's great. It's great. And the fragrance that I'm getting rid of from my collection to make way for this one is actually Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo. I used to love that fragrance. I don't love it anymore. That got hyped up a lot. I just find that it kind of turns on my skin now in the dry down for some reason, and I don't know. This, I'm wary of using the word natural, but this smells kind of more natural developing on my skin, and if I have this in my collection, I kind of think it makes Ferragamo Uomo redundant. So before I move on to the last two bottles that I've attained recently, the other fragrances that I'm looking to move on are Acqua di Gio Profumo, and that's pretty much because I don't reach for it anymore. I don't love it. Ferragamo Uomo, my bottle of Body Kuros, it's a vintage bottle. I don't enjoy wearing it. I don't think it smells bad. I just don't think it's a kind of style of perfume that I enjoy wearing anymore. I'm going to be getting rid of my bottle of 1821 sweet tobacco spirits because my review on that pretty much you know, made me realize that I didn't love that. So I'm moving those bottles out to make way for these. So an excellent thing happened recently. That there is now, I apologize in advance to my international, i.e. outside of Australia subscribers. In Australia there is an online perfume store that at the moment only ships within Australian territory, but they are an excellent store. They've got a fantastic like range of products, and I've bought from them on a few occasions. Always have speedy delivery, good prices. You know, sometimes there is stuff that is out of stock and you have to wait for it to be back in stock. Their name is feelingsexy.com.au. I'll leave a link in the description. What I did recently was I actually contacted them about the possibility of being able to provide a discount code for my subscribers. So not only have they given me a special discount code, promotional code that my Australian subscribers can use to get 10% off purchases. I will leave that in the description. They also offered to send me a bottle or two for me to review, provided that I obviously mentioned that it came from them and you can buy these from them. And I was able to choose a couple of bottles I've been wanting to. I mean, I've tried these before and I like them, and obviously the reviews are going to be reasonably positive, but the generosity they showed by sending me these bottles was kind of, well, I was a bit awestruck, for want of a better word, because I just couldn't believe the generosity. What they sent me was a bottle of Ombre Sultan by Serge Lutens. Now, I tried this a while ago, and I really liked it, and I really like this more than, I have a small decant of Tom Ford's Amber Absolute. Now, I really love that, but I find that a little bit too linear. And when I tried this, it reminded me, there were elements of this that reminded me of Amber Absolute, but there's a whole lot more going on in Ombre Sultan that made it more interesting for me to wear. So, Ombre Sultan, there will be a review at some point. And the other one that I got was on a recommendation from a couple of my friends. I smelled this in store, and I've got a bit of Fève Délicieuse from the Dior Privé collection, and I've sniffed most of the other ones just in store, but I think this one is the best of the lot, and that's Ambre Nuit. So I plan on doing full, thorough reviews, but obviously, you know they're going to be positive reviews. I chose these because I really like these fragrances. Ombre Nuit, Serge Lutens. For Australian subscribers, you can get these plus lots more at Feeling Sexy, and you can get a 10% discount on your purchase if you use the promo code THESCENTINEL, all one word. I'll leave that in the description. So that's pretty much what's been happening. I've got lots more reviews coming up, and hopefully I'll get through February just doing samples. My scent of the day today is from 8 and Bob, and it is Nuit de Megive. I'll do a review of that at some point as well. But thank you for watching, thank you for listening, thank you for sticking around this long, and I'll see you next time.